In this video, I'm going to take a look at the history of deviled foods and explore Worcestershire sauce because there is a scandal there. Deviled food has a rich and fascinating history that dates back centuries. The term deviled originated in the 18th century and was used to describe highly seasoned or spicy foods. It was believed that these foods were so flavorful that they must have been influenced by the devil himself. Over time, the term evolved to encompass a wide range of dishes that are prepared with bold and intense flavors. One of the earliest examples of deviled food can be traced back to ancient Rome, where they enjoyed a dish called deviled eggs. These eggs were boiled, halved, and then seasoned with various spices and herbs. The Romans believed that the spices would help to balance the cold nature of the eggs. In the Middle Ages, deviled food became popular in Europe, particularly in England. Deviled meats such as chicken or beef were cooked with a variety of spices and served as a way to add flavor and heat to otherwise bland dishes. The term devil was also used to describe dishes that were cooked with mustard or vinegar, which added a tangy and zesty flavor. Today, deviled food has expanded beyond eggs and meats. From deviled shrimp to deviled potatoes, there are countless variations of this flavorful cuisine. Whether you prefer a spicy kick or a tangy twist, deviled food continues to be a beloved culinary tradition that adds excitement and boldness to any meal. Now, despite the numerous egg recipes in this cookbook from 1896, none of them are deviled eggs. Yet, there are quite a few deviled recipes, and I want to look at some of them today. Deviled almonds are made with blanched, slivered almonds and fried in butter. The other ingredients added include chutney, which is stewed fruits with vinegar and spices, along with some chopped pickles for extra tang and Worcestershire sauce to up the savory component. This would have been made an extremely favorable accoutrement to the oysters it is recommended to be served with. Deviled chestnuts are sliced thin and fried in butter, then seasoned simply with Tabasco sauce or just a few grains of paprika. No serving suggested is listed. There's also a recipe called deviled bones, and that is a chicken dish that I do plan to make in an upcoming video. The chicken that's used in this recipe is already cooked, so this would have been reviving some leftover chicken, particularly the bony pieces, like the chicken legs and wings. The chicken gets marked up or scored with a knife in several places, then a flavorful mixture of chili sauce, Worcestershire sauce, walnut ketchup, prepared mustard, and cayenne combined. Then hot stock is added, and the scored chicken is cooked in this mixture for 5 minutes to absorb the deviling liquid. It's then served hot with a sprinkle of finely chopped parsley. During the Civil War, deviled ham became a shelf-stable pantry staple and is still popular in Southern cuisine today. The familiar canned ham product, called Spam, is not deviled ham. The devil is actually in the details, as a blend of spices such as hot sauce, peppers, turmeric, mustard, or cayenne pepper add a little extra kick to the ham. The manufacturers at the William Underwood Company first started to embrace the deviling food trend, producing cans of meat with spicy seasoning in 1868. The red menacing devil we've come to associate with Underwood's label on its canned goods was trademarked a couple of years later in 1870. Beyond aesthetics, Underwood's unique packaging allowed food to stay fresher longer which led to the company becoming the top food manufacturer during the Civil War and a staple pantry item in many Southern homes. The William Underwood Company supplied canned goods to Union soldiers and Confederate troops because it preserved the salted meat transported from camp to camp. As we all know today, the war was costly. Food reached staggering prices, and families affected by the war had to adjust to inflation and food shortage, thus relying on more convenient and affordable ingredients. The men in the field ate canned food, and their families left at home, forcing them to do the same. Farmers could not bring food to southern cities due to Union blockades, and those in the rural South found it increasingly difficult to grow their own food. But the Southerners of that time found a way to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, living off foraged land and canned meat such as deviled ham. The long-standing brand has since transitioned to a pantry mainstay, largely thanks to its long shelf life, portability, and versatility. Let's veer off for a moment and talk about Worcestershire sauce, because there is a scandal there. Worcestershire sauce, a beloved condiment with a unique tangy flavor, has an intriguing history. Legend has it that Worcestershire sauce was created by two chemists, John Lea and William Perrins, in the city of Worcester, England, in the early 19th century. The story goes that the recipe was brought back from Bengal, India, by Lord Marcus Sandys, a nobleman who had served as the governor of Bengal from 1807 to 1813. He allegedly commissioned the chemists to recreate the Indian sauce, but upon tasting the resulting concoction, he found it unpleasant. The sauce was then forgotten in barrels for a few years until Lea and Perrins stumbled upon it while cleaning their cellar. They tasted it again and found that the sauce had matured and developed a delightful flavor. They decided to market it, and in 1837, Lea and Perrins officially started selling Worcestershire sauce. The exact ingredients of the original recipe are a closely guarded secret, but Worcestershire sauce typically contains ingredients like vinegar, molasses, tamarind, anchovies, onions, garlic, various spices, and more. The mixture is fermented and aged, which contributes to its complex flavor profile. Worcestershire sauce gained popularity not just in England but also internationally. It became a staple ingredient in many recipes, from Bloody Mary cocktails to marinades, sauces, gravies, and deviled foods, as covered in this video. Lea and Perrins Worcestershire sauce remains one of the most famous brands globally. Over the years, other companies have produced their versions of Worcestershire sauce, but the original recipe remains a well-kept secret, continuing to intrigue and delight taste buds around the world. You may be surprised to learn the country that consumes the most Worcestershire sauce is El Salvador. Now for the scandal. The Worcestershire sauce scandal refers to an incident that involved Lea and Perrins. It's a fascinating piece of history tied to the secrecy surrounding the sauce's recipe. In the mid-1800s, as the popularity of Worcestershire sauce soared, imitators attempted to replicate the famous condiment. However, due to the secret nature of the recipe, many versions failed to capture the unique complex flavor profile of that authentic sauce. One notable incident occurred when a rival company, John Duncan and Sons, claimed to have discovered the true recipe for Worcestershire sauce. They began producing and marketing their version, claiming it to be identical to Lea and Perrins' original sauce. This led to a legal dispute between the two companies. Duncan and Sons argued that they had obtained the genuine recipe for Worcestershire sauce. However, during the court case, Lea and Perrins revealed that the so-called true recipe presented by Duncan and Sons was, in fact, a close imitation created by one of their former employees who had stolen notes but did not have the complete secret recipe. Lea and Perrins were able to demonstrate that the genuine recipe remained a closely guarded secret known only to a select few within their company. The court ruled in favor of Lea and Perrins, affirming that the authentic Worcestershire sauce recipe remained undisclosed and proprietary to the company. The scandal was highlighted the lengths to which companies would go to replicate the success of the original Worcestershire sauce. It also reinforced the notion that the exact recipe for this beloved condiment has been a well-kept secret since its creation, adding to its mystique and allure over the years. But there is more. The recipe for the original version, developed and sold by Lea and Perrins in the 1830s, remained a closely guarded secret until 2009, when the daughter of Brian Keogh, a former Lea and Perrins accountant, disclosed that her father had purportedly discovered an ingredient list in a factory trash pile. You can devil strawberries and chocolate. To devil strawberries, you'll need to cut them in half lengthwise or crosswise, or simply create a cavity from the top when removing the stem. You can prepare a filling by combining cream cheese and a bit of cream. Then add powdered sugar, vanilla, and even some lemon zest and or orange zest for a refreshing twist. Let the filling set just a bit and then transfer it into a piping bag or a plastic bag with the corner snipped off. Then carefully pipe the filling into each strawberry. To add a devilish kick, you can sprinkle a pinch of cayenne pepper or drizzle some hot sauce over the filled strawberries. Devil chocolate truffles are made by adding a creative combination of flavors before shaping the cooled ganache and finished by coating in cocoa powder, coconut shreds, tempered chocolate, or nuts.